later on. Right, well, that's one group. Let's talk about Group F now, because that is where you will find the Netherlands. They took on Tunisia today and got off to what was a perfect start, scoring twice in the first 7 minutes as they cruised to a 3-1 win. Now, that win ensures that the Dutch will top the group. Brian Bobby against once again finding the back of the net, and the Orange Army happy in the streets. Elsewhere, Japan took on Sweden and played out a 1-1 draw in Dallas. Now, that result puts Japan through as second in the group, and it was enough for Graham Potter and Sweden to qualify as one of the best third-place teams. We'll have a look at the group standings coming up right now. That pretty much confirms it, but Japan fans everywhere as well were happy to see them go through, and I think a lot of neutrals too, because we got a lot of love for Japan indeed. There it is, confirmation of the results and of what to expect in the round of 32, because Japan will now face Brazil and the Netherlands facing off against Morocco. Let's start with the Netherlands. Jürgen, did they look like contenders now at this World Cup after what we've seen from them in the group stage?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a team that definitely you got to have on the plate for going far, going maybe to the semifinals, being able to compete with the Spain, France that we all mentioned as the top favorites, alongside obviously Argentina and Brazil. No, they seem to be a group now that sticks together. You know, with a coach Ronald Koeman, who's very, very experienced, and if they gel. The Dutch, if they gel, because often they had in the past, problems on the inner side of things, and not towards the opponents, then it's definitely a team that is very dangerous and difficult to beat.
JJ, the Dutch looking dangerous?
Yeah, and they have experience of the highest level. Right? They have a lot of players who play at the highest level I would not be happy to face them, because they have individual quality, and then you see too they have an idea how they played. Like when you look at the last couple of games, the goals they scored, they're always similar goals, and and that shows you that they play to their strengths. They play to that what they played in how they feel comfortable. And it's a team. I would say like whoever face now with Morocco, it will be an interesting game, because both teams have extreme high qualities.
Yeah, whoa there, because we're going to talk about some of the matchups in the round of 32 later on. But right now, Kasey, what stood out from you from the Netherlands? What do you like that suggests will take them far?
Well, I mean, they used to talk about total football, but I think now it's total balance, right? They're big, they're fast, they're strong, they're technical. It's not one thing. I think they can play multiple ways now. If they need to play a little bit more direct, they can. If they need to score goals off of set pieces, they can. It's not just about a 15, 20, 30 pass combination to get a goal. And like JJ said, they've got talent. They're playing at the highest level. They're playing for the Champions League. It's a total team, and yes, I think there's a lot of teams that are not going to want to come against the Dutch.
Herc, Japan, Sweden, your pick of who could go further. What stood out to you from both?
Japan's going to be the team. They were a dark horse to begin with. They were very unfortunate with injuries before this tournament. They still haven't, I don't think, played to their potential because of it. But if I had to choose between them and the Swedes, I'm definitely taking a more balanced team like Japan. They're stronger in transition. They're more balanced defensively. The Swedish team is very top-heavy, very dependent on their forwards. If I had to pick between the two, I'm taking Japan to go further. But it's all going to be about the matchup.
Yeah.
You just mentioned a previous matchup, the Netherlands versus Morocco. You're killing off a tournament favorite there.
Yep.
So it's all about the matchup.
All about the matchup. Well, that was a perfect segue into our next break, Herc, because do not go anywhere, because when we come back on ESPN FC, I just teased some enticing fixtures in the round of 32. We'll talk all about the must-watch ones next.